Hello, second graders. Welcome to a new social studies. We're gonna start with a new chapter, chapter 2 in our book, Exploring Who We Are. So please open page 50 and let's see what we're gonna have. These are the words that we're gonna learn about, and we do usually this activity after we're done with our chapter. So campus roles, continent, environment, geography, landforms, location, rural, suburban, urban. So these are the words or the vocabularies that we learn, and we're going to use them in our chapter. If you watch the previous chapter, previous video for the words, you're going to see all these words and the definition. But of course, we need to learn about it in our chapter. So let's start and go for our first lesson. How do we use maps to find places? So for this lesson, you'll be learning how to use maps and the map tools that help you to find places. So as you look at it, you can see that in this picture, family are exploring Yosemite National Park in California. They have a big map and they're looking for places and they're learning about the place that they are visiting. All right, let's go for next page. Using a map. So in this lesson, we will learn how to use a map, and we will learn that you can even have a map for your room, for classrooms. You see maps in shopping malls to show you where you are, or in recreation places or parks like Disneyland or SeaWorld and all these places. You have big maps, either posted or you can have it printed and you take it, so you find your place, you find what's the time for the next shows to watch and all that, and different rides. What do you need to know to find something in the classroom? You need to know the location. So a location is a certain place or area where something is. In the classroom, you can find the location of a chair or a globe. Everything you see has a location. You have a location. Maps can make it easy to see and find things. This map shows where things are in a classroom, that one we have over here. Maps have tools to help us read them. This map has a key. The key tells what symbols on the map stand for. This is the map key. On this map, an orange rectangle stands for a disk. So this is, if I want to know where the disk, this is the symbol that represents the disk. And this is the one that represents a computer. And these symbols represent the whiteboard, and this is the globe. So as you see, so I can tell that this is a disk, and I see this is the whiteboard, this is the disk. And over here, this is the computer. This is a globe. This map also has a special symbol called a campus rose. A campus rose has arrows that point to the letters N, S, E, and W. And this is our campus rose. These arrows show the direction of north. That's why we use letter N for. And then we have south. That's letter S stand for. And then, of course, E for east and W for west. All right. Find the globe on the map. Now find the computer. Look at the campus rose. It shows you that the globe is east of the computer. So if I look at the computer, that's the purple part, and I see this is a globe. So the computer, so the globe are the east of the computer. So that's how we use the compass rose, or the directions, the arrows that shows north, south, east, west. A map shows a real place, such as in this classroom. So we can look here, we can see this is a board. I can see that this is the computer on the desk. I see the globe, I see the bookshelf. So I can give direction for places over here. All right, so let's see what we have. Look at the map title. What do you think this map shows using a map? This map shows a classroom. It's giving me direction of places and equipments and tools in a classroom. All right, circle the words that you don't know or it's new. So we have location, we have campus roads. These are new words for this lesson. Underline the words that tell you what tools are on the map. All right. And also we have, how do map tools help you find places? We know that when you have the map, have tools to help me to read it so I know where to go. These are the map key, and that's helped me to find places because each symbol represents something in the map. All right, so let's turn the page. Page 56. So what we have here, we have the main idea and the key details. We've been using this more often in the previous lesson. So what we have first, we have the main idea we're learning about is map, very good. And then the details is the small things that we learn about, or locations, directions. This is all the details. So the main idea that maps help us to find places, and the details we can find location, and of course we learn about direction, north, east, west, south. So let's write down here. So the main idea, maps help us find places. Okay, and now we need two key details. So we're gonna say one of them that we learned from the map, location. So I can spot the location of something, or find the location of a place or restaurant or a place that I'm looking for. And then I will find the direction, so I know which way I should take to go to that place. So we also learn about directions. So we have directions, we have location, and we know that the maps help us to find places. Okay. You know the rules. You can always pause the video, take your time till you put your answer in the right place. All right, let's go for the next page. So what we have here, we're going to read a passage, and then we need to find the main idea that there are many types of maps. That's the main ideas. And then we're going to have key details to talk about different maps. So we're going to name the map that we're going to learn about or read about, and we say what this map help us to find or to show. So we have 3 different maps that we will learn and have more details about them. All right, let's go to our book. All right, how do we use maps to find places? Different types of maps. So now we're learning about different types of maps. Remember, that's one of the questions that we have to find an answer for. All right, we use maps for different reasons. Road maps show where roads are located. We can use a road map to find the quickest way to get from one place to another. So that's road maps. Now, that's one. Second, physical maps. What's a physical maps? Physical maps shows features such as land, water, or weather. So we can use a physical maps to find a lake or a mountain. And then we have political maps, and we know that this is the third kind of maps. Political maps show feature, but they also show the borders of the state, of a state or country. All right. So let's see now. Remember, we have road maps, show you roads, and we have political maps, show borders and cities, and we have physical maps that shows mountains and lakes. Okay. Infographics. So we have here graphics that shows, for example, these are the roads, and then this is the political map that show features such as borders of other countries and states. And then we have the physical maps that shows you land, or oceans or water in different way. All right. All right. Let's have more information about the maps. Physical maps. Look at the map of the United States of this page. We know it's a physical map because it has features like different kinds of land and water. It also shows mountains. So you see the brown part or the blue parts or the light greens that show you lands, show you mountains, and show you also water. Could be oceans, rivers, or lakes. So that's physical maps. Political maps. This is a political map. This political map shows borders between the countries, Mexico, the United States, and Canada. So we have Canada, we have Mexico. So that's political map. It also shows borders between states. You see different states. And a symbol for the country's capital. So usually when you look for the capital, it's that star over there. Our country's capital is Washington, D.C. So now we see this is a physical map that it shows features such as water, mountain, land, and then we see the political maps that shows different parts like border between the other countries or border between the states. So now we have two different maps. Let's see what we have next. Maps as a primary sources. Remember, we always learn and talk about primary source and secondary source, and maps is one of the primary source. So maps can be primary source. A primary source might be something from long ago. So this could be really an ancient map from years. You could find it in a museum. We can compare a map from long ago to a map made today. We can find out how land has changed over time. We can also learn how people have used land over time. So we can see all these changes by comparing old maps and new maps or map from today. So for example, this map was made in 1850. How does it look different from the maps on page 66 and 67, the one we had it before? Look at this map and look at the map now. All right, let's find out. Did you know in 2003, the United States Library of the Congress paid $10 million for a map printed in 1507? That map was the first map to use the word America. So that was something that it's priceless. We need to have it. So it was something really unique. Then and now, and that could be one of the thing we learn about past and future. So we compare maps long ago and maps now. Look at the grids on each map. People use the grids to describe where places are. The top map, that's the one, was made long ago. And look at that map that we have it nowadays. So you can tell that maps with the long ago shows different lands and also things were look different at this time. All right, geographers. Geography is the study of Earth, its land, its futures, and the people who live there. Geographers are people who study geography, read this interview with a geographer. So people who study geography, we call them geographer. And geography is the study of the earth, land, and other features, and also why people who live in these areas. Question, how do you use maps? The geographer, I use them to compare and contrast information. I may look at the physical map to compare information about land in different places. Question, what kind of information do you study? Geographer, I look at the kinds of land and water in different places. I look at how weather in those places affects the way people live. Question, besides maps, what other tools do you use? So, what do you think other tools? Of course, laptop, cameras to have evidence, And of course, they always compare things that happened long ago and changes that happen nowadays. All right, let's find about GPS and maps. Which is more useful? Some people use a GPS on a computer or phone. Other people still like to follow paper map. What's the best way to find your way? So this is a conversation between two, but I think both ways are helpful. If you have, paper map and you used to use it, that's something unique. And if you want the technology and using the GPS in your phone or in your laptop, that's also unique. A map is more useful. Here's why. A map shows all routes at once. You can choose the one you want. A map can show you how to get somewhere without an exact address, which is true. Because when you have the GPS, sometimes you have to have the exact location or the exact address in order to go to your place. A GPS is more useful. Here's why. So that's another opinion. A GPS can let the driver know when there is traffic. That's true, because a GPS show you if there's traffic and sometimes even give you different choices to take shorter route. A GPS tells fastest route and helps if you are lost. That's true too. So I think both are important. So did you know the GPS stands for Global Positioning System? A GPS can tell you where you are on the globe. It uses satellites in space. So this is a way of the maps that people still use it, but in technology, as you see over here. All right, so let's go back to our exercise, page 57. Main idea, there are many types of maps. Remember, we agreed there are many types of maps, and we emphasize in our lesson. We know that there is road maps, so we can write here. Road map. We know also that that map shows roads. So you find your way. And then we have another map, if you remember. Yes, political map. So these political maps, it shows borders and city, as we see in our page, or it's right here, borders and city. And then we have physical map, very good. And we know that physical map shows mountains, lakes. So let's write mountains and lakes. Okay, so that was our answer for page 57. All right. Let's see the next exercise. Think about it. Think about yourself. What map tools do you know how to use? So first, we need to define or give the information or what that means, the map tools. So the map tools are the things that help us read the map. So these are the map tools. So sometimes it's a campus roads on the top of the map, or the map key that give you symbols. So, you know, when you look at the symbol, that's mean this is a desk, this is an office, this is the swing, the slide, the cafeteria. So find your way. All right, choose one of the map tools and read about it. Explain how you use the tool. Write direction on how you use it to find places on a map. So we can use anything. So for example, if we talked about the campus roads, that the one will give you direction. So we can write down we can say that we will be talking about campus roads. So let's write. All right, then we're gonna know that will help us to find directions and if you also use the key to the map, so we say you can also use the key to find out or figure out the symbols on this map or any map. So we know that the campus rows will help us to find direction, and the key map, it helps us to understand and figure out the symbols on this map. All right. All right, let's see here. Page 59. Imagine you were helping your family to plan a driving trip. What kind of map would you choose? Well, we're gonna drive, so we need to find roads, right? So we're gonna choose a road map to find the best roads for this trip. So what we're gonna choose? We're gonna choose road map to find, of course, the best and the shortest road to take for the trip. All right. All right. Let's see. Imagine you wanted to find out the capital of a country. So that's something different. In looking for the capital of a country, what kind of map would you choose? I know it's not going to be the road map. And I know the physical map shows me mountain and waters and lakes. So it's political map. Very good. So what are we going to choose? Political. All right. And the second part, what kind of map would you choose and why? Because it has symbols for the capitals. Remember the stars, or that looks like a star, yeah, because they have symbols for capitals. All right, so that's what we have for this lesson. We learn about different maps. We learn about campus roads. We learn about direction, north, east, west, and south. And we also learn about map key that help us to read and understand and figure out the symbols. And we learn about locations, and we learned that also we saw what's a GPS and what people still prefer the paper map. All right, second graders, that's it for today's lesson. Thank you.